Hi everyone, Jeff Jacobs here from jeffuk.com. This video is going to look at the prospects for October over the British Isles, and today is the 25th of September. Just before I carry on, I'd appreciate if you could click on the adverts which surround the website. This would generate some very value income and keep the website going. I appreciate for doing that. But first of all, these charts are from weathercharts.org, and it's showing the GFS with high pressure to the east. In fact, most of the models are pushing high pressure over to the east, Scandinavia, and low pressure to the west. Now, if you remember my long-term forecast, I'll just remind you, this is my forecast which I dated on the 7th of September, and I said there that we would get high pressure to the east and low pressure to the west with a southerly fetch. Now the models are agreeing with me, thankfully, and they are pushing up very, very warm air from the continent, and this looks continuing quite steadily really as we go into October, becoming unsettled at the beginning of October, as mentioned in my long-term forecast, and this carrying on really through up until the middle of October. The models really don't want to leave go of this high pressure over to the east. In fact, if anything, it builds stronger and stronger, and this will push low pressure further to the west and the south into Iberia. And it's just strengthening this southerly fetch, and things becoming or staying rather warm for the time of year. And indeed, we go right to the end of the sequence, and we go sort of to the 6th of October, we see colder air trying to push in, but the high to the east and over France beginning to build again, and gradually pushing this high further and further westwards, cutting off the colder air and intensifying the southerly winds again. We're going to go to the very end of this period, and we can see that this is the forecast for the 10th of October, roughly the middle of October, of which I originally predicted on my forecast, and it's uncanny that the similarity between the charts and my actual forecast on the 7th of September of low to the just sort of put that in. Yeah, so the general theme is that we're going to get southerly winds. It's going to stay largely dry over eastern Scotland and eastern and northeastern England, but the southwest, Wales and Ireland look like becoming unsettled with showers or longer periods of rain, and these showers could easily be thundery and quite heavy, and there is a possibility of localized flooding in places. It's quite possible. We could see a lot of rain falling from the sky from these showers or thunderstorms. The ensembles chart, well, I rather favour the ECMWF, which is on the left hand side here, purely because it's got the lower pressure to the south and west of the British Isles, which, you know, I thought which would be the situation, and indeed I think that this tendency for lower pressure to the southwest of the British Isles, and excuse me, that's my weather station firing off, and highs basically more or less to the east, giving this southerly fetch from the continent, keeping it mild, keeping it warm, but like I say, quite thundery in places as we go through October. So that's basically it. By the 11th of October, we really got the low pressure again dragging up this dragging up all this here warm air from the continent. The continent is still very warm, and yeah, it's still very warm and keeping it reasonably dry in the north, but very unsettled in the south. And I say we've got a low pressure here forming, but we could actually get another low pressure forming more or less here as well. So we could have a series of low pressure systems in the Mediterranean area over Spain, and this would intensify the winds as well. The winds increasing, and a lot of rain over Iberia and over France and over southern England. So quite a wet spell, I think, as we go through the middle of the month. Very warm, but also very thundery. Cold air beginning to establish itself to the north. We're going to watch this as we go through into November, but basically I think a high pressure becoming more established as we go into the end of October, and this will lead to frost by night and a lot of fog, and some of the fog could be freezing as we go into the end of October, but the days will be quite mild in the sunshine. Well, that's my forecast, and we'll see how it continues. We'll keep an eye on these high pressure to the east and lows to the west. There is a caveat to this. There is a low pressured area beginning to form off the eastern states of America, which will be a sort of an ex-hurricane, and that could influence our weather quite a lot, so we must keep an eye on this deep depression forming off the eastern coast of America. It's going to cause a lot of problems for them, but it could cause problems for us as well, so something to look into the future. But until we speak again, this is Jeff Jacobs from MetJeffUK.com saying, whatever your weather, enjoy it. Bye for now.